This is a review of the Inkwazi, or lightning in bracket as my son calls it. It's a F5J plane. Originally the mold was made as a standard glider, but this is the first one they built as a F5J. So as you can see, it's a full carbon hollow molded wing, carbon body and tail. So the wing panels are about 1.7 meters, 3.5 meter in total, 580 grams per wing panel, and the joiner 90 grams. The idea of the review is to show you what the glider can do, but also to basically invite your feedback to see where we can improve on this glider, especially on weight and strength. The elevator, which is a full moving elevator, weighs 61 grams. When we start at the front, there is a second-hand B204005 motor in it with a gearbox, at the 4063 gearbox, and it swings quite a large prop. It takes the plane up very fast. For the weight of the plane of about 2.3 kilos, it goes up very fast. Now, as you can see, the seams on the plane is a little bit rough. There is some areas I think they can improve on, making the plane cosmetically look better. I don't think it will fly that much better by some of this cosmetics, but that's it. In the front there is some good space for a battery, but unfortunately I have to load about 300 grams of battery and lead in it to balance out the CG, which is way too much for a plane of this size. So at 2.3 kilos, this is a heavy plane for F5J at a 3.5 meter wingspan. Now the idea is to cut it just behind the canopy, extend the nose so that we can put in a smaller battery, and then the CG will still balance out. Now Sean, the builder, is already made a plug for that, so soon we will maybe get a new body and test that out and see how that goes. If you can give recommendations and comments on what we can try and give to Sean so that they can improve the design, it will help. The whole body is, I think, quite rigid. There's maybe here and there places that we can save on weight. There's some places that's already very thin and very lightly built, so much so that I'm a little bit worried when we go fast, because some of the gaps then in the moving surfaces, like here on the rudder, I would be a bit worried in a fast dive that a surface could fold, and it is just thinner than what I'm feeling comfortable with compared to some of the other planes I have. Now, to strengthen that or to use a new design on the tail, that's different options that we can try and give feedback on that. The whole plane, the elevator uses a whole moving elevator. We had to basically enlarge the area there to make the elevator move a bit better. The elevator doesn't fit perfectly around the rudder, but again, does it make a big difference on flying? I don't know, but maybe that's the edge that you can work on later, is to get that perfect fit on the elevator. With the full moving elevator, we had to ream out a little bit the hinge mechanism there, but then it's okay. At the price point that they look at this glider, I think it is a super model to use, and you always need a heavier plane for those windy days as well. So yes, it's heavy, but for a windy day it doesn't help to buy a model that costs 20 or 30,000 rand and then you need to load it with ballast. So the wing joiner is a single joiner, so it makes setup quite fast. The wing panels are quite good, maybe a bit difficult to transport, but then again it comes in a good pack and that's fine. The surface of the wings are reasonably well. I think unfortunately where the two molded holes come together, there are some areas where the finishing is again not perfect. So you will see on the leading edge of the plane, for example, I found that there were some gaps between the lower and the upper surface, but a little bit of sellotape over that covers it up, and again, it's not going to make a big difference in the flight. Yes, it may weaken it, so there's something that we need to look at, some attention there on, again, just build quality. The moving surface has got wipers on it, so reducing some drag in there. Unfortunately, on some of the surfaces I found that it actually caught on the upper surface of the wing, and I had to file back some of the wiper to avoid catching on the skins. The whole assembly of the plane goes out fast. Moving a battery in and out is easy. It's got a standard canopy that just slides in and out. Here's the bag. So also Sean gave me a bag with the plane. Body folds into the middle. There's place for the elevator, place for the wing joiner, custom bag, the wings come in, all very nice, snug and secure. So although the wing panels are long, quick to install, they fit in this bag very neat, and it protects the plane, and you can just throw it in the car and it's all fine. This is the first throw of the plane with my setup, and it was just perfect. Immediately go to a power launch, and with the power launch on quite a windy day, it climbed out, tested it, saw that it was trimmed well enough from the bench, and once it's in the air, you really don't feel the weight anymore, but you need to keep it fast, and you need to make sure that you know where the thermals are. Because of the speed of the plane and the weight, it makes detecting small thermals a bit more difficult. Coming in for landing is okay. The flaps are sufficient to stop the plane, but again, it's fast, so just be sure that you understand the weight and the momentum of the plane when you come in for landing. With the small motor setup that's in the plane, I'm surprised it climbs out in 30 seconds to well above 200 meters, so more than enough that you need for F5J. To cruise around at low altitude and search for a thermal, maybe not with this plane. I think we all need a light plane and we all need a heavy plane for the windy days. This is definitely in the heavy plane category. Taking it up high, it flies excellent, but again, being high, being far, it makes it really difficult to read the thermals in low conditions. My son has tested the plane just in the air the one day, and then the following day he was actually using it from the morning. First time he actually launched and landed in the competition, and on this day he won the competition with this plane. So he won the F5J day with this plane. So good plane, I think it's a very good price. It's a local build, so we can get spares. Thank you, Sean. This is a great way to start good manufacturing in South Africa.